Bitch, I'm God, I'm the Alpha and Omega. I'm the ancient of the days. I'm the Rahman Rahim. And you don't know where I come, you don't know from where I came. All you know is I am one with many aspects, different names. Then one day the thought formed into a word inside my brain. Then I said let it be. Then next thing I heard a bang. Then I split up into infinite dimensions with a chain. Now we're all interlinked, we are a one and the same.
You said something, you got a crazy backlash, and you felt you had to apologize or either stand your ground.
Listen, I've always stood my ground on everything I've said. You know, if anything, no, I've never really apologized. I might have been regretful of my timing or the fact that maybe, you know what, I shouldn't have said it. Not because I didn't believe in it, just simply because I just shouldn't have said it.
Comedy beef. Now we see we paid attention to it a lot with social media and different people kind of going at each other, but I'm sure there's been throughout time comedians that just haven't gotten along. Why do you think that is? Is it a competitive thing or is it an ego thing? Why do you think you guys at some point kind of beef with each other?
It's probably a combination of both. You know, this is a very egotistical business, and you have to have a certain amount of confidence, swagger about you. And I think, you know, from a racial standpoint, you know, black people, that's just who we are. You know, we are a very confident people. That's why niggas wear purple suits, you know, and orange suits. You can't tell us that don't look good. Shout out to all of my Detroit niggas. But you know, we come from that. You know, we come from fly. That's what we do. And you know, this business it feeds your ego. You know, even if you only have a moderate amount of success, when you got people screaming your name and wanting your picture and wanting your autograph, and girls want to give you some pussy, and you get all that adulation, and you put a little bit of money in that, it can fuck with you.
Yeah.
Definitely. Are you opposed to like comedy battles? We get a lot of comedians on the program. We ask them sort of how they got like the verses with the you know, the hip hop and the R&B. Would you like to see something like that? Is more so like of a joke battle, like kind of like what was his name, Mr. Crockett and Kevin Hart, Afton Crockett and Kevin Hart.
Avion Crockett.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, it's all tongue in cheek, it's all entertainment. You know, as long as it ain't doing nothing to fuck nobody up for real. You know, we've all, again, black community playing the dozens. That's what our parents called it. You know, then it turned into snaps. Then they turned it into something else. You know, so that's always been a part of our culture. That competitive back and forth, whether it's hip hop, whether it's stand up. You know, niggas is just naturally competitive.
Yeah.
Indeed. Corey Holcomb and Zoe Williams had a falling out, and your name was brought back up in that. What do you think about that going now? And would you do anything different in that situation?
Nothing. I you know, that's between them, man. And I wish nothing but the best for both of them. You know, I have to get past that because that shit's so old. And if I keep playing that game, then I think that speaks more about where I am in my heart and in my head versus where I need to be. So like Jay-Z said, I'm not looking at you, I'm looking past you.
Word. You and Corey, were y'all friends before that, and are y'all cool now?
No, we're not cool now, and we were cool before that. Okay. But it is what it is. So again, I wish them nothing but the best, man.
Fair enough.
What's your next on your outlook? 2021 is early. I mean, what does it look like? What you got going on next that you want to share with our audience?
You know, I got a few things that I am working on. I always get a little bit hesitant to speak on too much because life is funny to me in a certain way. You know, you speak on something too much or you brag on it, and then next thing you know, superstitious type shit happens. So I got a couple things that I'm working on, but I'm quiet about it and let it play its natural course.
Awesome. Been a lot of impressionists in the game of comedy. Where do you think you stand as far as the best and most elite impressionists in the game?
You know, I'd like to think that I'm important or relevant with it. And you know, listen, Jay Farrell does some impressions that I wish I could do. I'm envious. His Kevin Hart is bananas. His Will Smith. I mean, who does Will Smith? He does do some impressions that are phenomenal. Godfrey's Steve Harvey is crazy. His Richard Pryor is crazy. But then at the same time, I have yet to see somebody do Paul Mooney the way I do Paul Mooney. I have yet to see somebody do James Gandolfini's Tony Soprano the way that I do. So I think we all have our own style to it. Like if we was boxers, we all got our thing. You know what I mean?
How do you condition for that? Like, is it something natural? Is it something that you got to kind of work at and listen to the person and kind of feed off them? How does that work?
I mean, sometimes you might have to study a little bit, but it's really a natural thing. You know, I always tell people doing impressions is like people that can sing. You know, they got ear for tone, inflection. They know how to hit notes. Everybody's voice is a note. So if you know how to hit that note and be in pocket and hit the riffs and the highs and the lows, it's really a natural gift. But, you know, like anything else, you got to fine tune it. You know, you might have to listen. You might have to study, repetition, stuff like that.
Right. Did you ever like lose jobs or gigs that you had because of your views on child support?
Say again?
I said, did you ever lose jobs or gigs because of your views on child support?
Because of my views?
Yeah.
I'm sure that I've probably made some women uncomfortable or ruffled some feathers.
What are your views also?
But, you know, I don't make every move that I make based on what I think somebody's reaction would be. You know, I do what I do based off of my instinct and what feels natural and honest to me. And hopefully, it's going to piss some people off. That comes with the territory. But hopefully I can have enough people be on my side than not be.
What are your views on child support, if you don't mind me asking?
I understand why it's necessary, but I don't understand why it has to be extortion. You know, I think it should be within reason. There's no way that Dr. Dre's wife, I forget whatever that astronomical ass number she was asking for, is necessary.